Lowe's Home Team Help. Yes, this is presented by Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. One of the rare home teams that was able to do it, although it was not easy.
Right.
It was maybe one of the games of the day, and they said in Baltimore there it was the hottest ticket that they've had in a long time. It was in, it was in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. You're right.
It was one of the hottest tickets they've had there in a long time. Ravens beat the Commanders 30-23, and this was one of those where they build the quarterback for the future versus the current Lamar Jackson. Jaden Daniels said, "Don't compare me to him. I'm my own guy." But really, if you're going to talk about the home team help, when you're a quarterback, you love having a good running game, and Derrick Henry did it again for him. They got a lot of playmakers out there on this offense, and they flexed their muscle on this one.
Yeah, they did. And again, home team help, that's a tough place to play in Baltimore. I've been there before. I think it's one of the loudest outdoor stadiums in all of football. It's up there with like the Seattle Seahawks and all of that. But the Ravens are playing high-quality football right now. We can certainly question their defense a little bit. It's not maybe as dominant as I thought it might be before the year, but I think where it's a little different is I like their offense more this year than I liked it last year, and their offense is really, I think, clicking on all cylinders and still breaking down barriers to infuse more weapons into this, because here we got this little graphic we're showing you, Lamar and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers, three-headed monster. We know how good all three of them are, but we saw Mark Andrews today start to get involved in the game plan a little bit. Rashad Bateman always pops up here and there. We know Isaiah Likely is good. They give you a lot to defend, and as usual, it starts with their run game. That's where it starts, right? They got off to a little bit of a shaky start, certainly, but then they go down on a long drive. They get a field goal. They get the ball back again, 93-yard drive to go up 10-3 early on in the football games. And it really was. Early on, it was like, wait, we'll give you a little Derrick Henry. Then I feel like Washington kind of panicked and was like, oh, no, they're starting to overpower us. And then it became, oh, no, we can't cover Zay Flowers. And Lamar started to tear him up in the pass game for a little bit while. And then it almost flipped at the end where they were like, okay, all right, we've had enough of the pass. Mercy, we'll play pass defense. And then they go back to the run and they bludgeon you that way. They are tough to defend. The offense is dominant. Lamar's playing good. The receivers have confidence. Derrick Henry's feeling it. All of that, like, all in all, you can't say too much negative stuff about the Baltimore offense, and Lamar absolutely balling right now.
Ravens gang tweeted at you saying, "Damn okay, Ravens receivers over 200 yards between Bateman and Zay. Is this offense the scariest in the league with everything they can throw at you?" So this is what Devin and Coach were saying on Football Night in America. They go, Ravens, best offense in football. My Detroit Lions blood begs to differ.
I questioned them that a little bit.
I will say, when I was watching this game on the plane coming back from Eugene, I had a long time to watch this game. It was the first time in a while I was like, man, they have a lot more weapons than just Lamar Jackson.
That's where I think it's even different than last year, right? Because we didn't Flowers was a rookie last year. Right, so he wasn't as dominant as he is right now. Rashad Bateman, I think even last year had moments, but we were still waiting for him to be a consistent piece of the offense. He's consistent every week. I don't disagree with what Jason Garrett and McCourty say when they say the Ravens are the best offense in football. Now, I don't say it so easily to where I just go, oh, slam dunk, no problem. I feel like they're doing that a little bit. The 49ers with a healthy Christian McCaffrey are certainly close in that conversation, and even without him are up in that conversation. Your Detroit Lions are definitely up there. Right? You talk about the two running backs you got, the tight ends, the receivers, you got it all. And, of course, the play caller is special to go along with that. And the Green Bay Packers, I think, are another team that are going to challenge that conversation. Because Green Bay, like Detroit and like Baltimore, can run the ball at will, and then they throw the ball down the field like those two teams, and that becomes scary to defend. So that's that. I love all that. And, again, still some questions maybe about that Ravens defense and all of that. But at the same time, too, I don't know if it's as much questions about the Ravens defense rather than Washington's offense is damn good. I don't want to sound like a broken tape or record or whatever, but I'm still here week 6. I'm kind of waiting wait, this Cliff Kingsbury new offense, is it going to really continue to work this week and this week? So, again, I'm still impressed by that. They protect well still. And then the damn quarterback, he never dies. He doesn't ever care. He doesn't ever blink in pressure situations. one great throw and standing tall in the pocket with people around him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really impressive today how he kind of hung in there and kept them in the football game. And some tough moments where you felt like Baltimore was about to maybe go up 2 or 3 scores and change the game. But third down conversions, fourth down conversions, man, it's hard to stop Jaden Daniels on third and fourth down conversions because, one, he's a good thrower, and then, of course, that athletic ability.
Yeah, and he was able to do it in this game without a running game.
I know.
He was their leading
Right.
rusher. Robinson was hurt, and so he was the leading rusher with 22 yards. To go back to the other running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry, to wax poetic a little bit about him, there's some stats out there. Next-gen stats, carried the ball 24 times, 132 yards, a couple touchdowns. He generated plus 34 rushing yards over expected, so all the dots are like, how many should a normal running back get here? He was 34 over that total, and, in fact, it is the 4th game of the season where he has been at least 30 yards over expected in the NFL. Last year, only one running back had that many games, and it was Christian McCaffrey who did that 5 times. So Derrick Henry is running at an elite level here early on in this year.
For the conversation about running backs where, they're supposed to fall off a cliff after year 6, right? Especially a guy that's ran the ball and as physical as he is. It is amazing he's still as good as he is at this point in his career. I mean, it's a testament to the freak of nature he is, and then he takes care of himself and trains and does all the right things to be a true professional. And that's why his career is going to last longer, and he's going to continue to collect big checks as he plays here. But I think, too, with what we're talking about here, I think it speaks a little to the offensive line. One, because he is a let him get momentum going, right? You've always heard people talk about that. When you can kind of get in the backfield and not let him get rolling downfield, he's not going to be – he doesn't have great acceleration because he's a big guy, right? He's not going to have the quickest break-your-ankles type of quickness that way, right? So, like, if there's not a lot of space, he's not one that's going to make a ton happen. But if you give him a little lane and he can run downhill, then forget about it. And we don't give it justice to, because we're so used to it and he's so powerful that sometimes you watch plays back and you go, I really forgot that he ran through like 4 arm tackles there, because he doesn't break stride. He just runs through them, and then people fall off him. And sometimes you go, yeah, they opened up a big hole and he ran for 40, and then you watch the replay and you go, wait, he ran through an arm tackle, somebody bounced off him, he stiff-armed somebody, and he just makes it look so easy. Truly impressive what he's doing. And as we always say, great offenses make you defend the whole field. And, man, Baltimore's got that right now. It's, we got to stop Henry up the middle, and as soon as you overplay that, Lamar gets on the outside. Or you overplay the run game in general, and now it's like, wow, well, we got to throw the ball. Zay Flowers is going to beat man-to-man coverage or this run defense, whatever. They really got to go, and they really got a lot of weapons they can talk to, or what do I want to say? Not talk to, but
I mean, they
get
talk
involved.
to him.
They talk to him, too.
Go out there and make a play.
And we'll see with the defense. That does need some improvement, I do think. I don't think it's as good as I thought it was going to be, but either way, good win for them. Commanders are real good.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. This was their first real test of playing a complete football team.
And they lost by a touchdown.
And even though they lost, they passed the test, in my
Yeah.
opinion, to show that they're real. This hasn't been Fugazi schedule stuff or anything like that. And I think they'll continue to be a good football team.
2 4-2 teams that look like 4-2 teams,
Exactly
if not
right.
better than that.
Well, yeah, the Ravens, I think, at their best, are in the conversation for the best team in football, right?
Yes.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. With your Lions, the Vikings, the Chiefs, the Texans, those type of teams we know are kind of in the cream of the crop.
That was Lowe's home team help the Ravens defending the home turf.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.